In the year 1680, the New World was still wild and largely unexplored. European settlers carved out tenuous lives along rugged coastlines and dense forests, trying to make sense of a land that could be as beautiful as it was unforgiving. A place far removed from monster hunters, where whispers of strange creatures and hidden magic drifted on the wind and secrets waiting patiently to be discovered. Through this distance, an untamed land came Seraphina Ravencroft, guided by the careful planning of her family. They had chosen this place for her safety, hoping she could grow, learn, and protect the centuries-old legacy of the sacred Codex, a tome of immense magical knowledge that had been entrusted to her family for generations. This is where Seraphina's story truly begins. America became her new home, a world of fog-shrouded forests, jagged cliffs, and hidden coves. Here, she could feel the magic in the air, sense the stories etched into the land, and quietly test the limits of her own power. It was a place where destinies could begin, hearts could be stirred, and the smallest choices might echo through the shadows for years to come. In the spring of 1681, Seraphina Ravencroft stepped off the ship into the bustling port of New York City. The ocean voyage had been harsh and lonely, leaving her tired, with only the clothes on her back and the precious Codex, her family's sacred legacy, safely in her care. It was a heavy burden for one so young, yet she carried it with quiet determination. The city around her was alive in a way that both fascinated and unnerved her. Sailors shouted over the roar of the harbor, merchants hawked their goods, and the scent of salt and smoke clung to every corner. For most, this was a place of opportunity. For Seraphina, it was a place to hide, to rebuild, and to find a measure of safety in a world that had already demanded so much of her. She took lodging on the outskirts of a modest boarding house where the comings and goings of traders and travelers offered a comforting anonymity. From her small window, she watched the ebb and flow of the city, learning its rhythms, quietly observing the lives of those who seemed unaware of the secrets that stirred just beneath the surface. Even amidst the noise and motion, Seraphina felt the pull of something deeper, an undercurrent of stories and warnings carried on the wind. Whispers of strange creatures, secret societies, and ancient knowledge reached her ears, and she listened with care, knowing that even here, danger could find her if she was unprepared. To support herself, she took work as a transcription assistant in a merchant's office. Her skill with languages, numbers, and meticulous record-keeping, honed in her family's learned household, made her invaluable. But it was more than just work. It was a way to observe quietly, to notice patterns, and to gather information that might one day keep her safe. In the midst of ledgers and letters, she felt a small sense of control, a foothold in a new world that was otherwise vast and uncertain. As the months passed, Seraphina began to make the city her own, finding comfort in the quiet rhythms. She moved through the bustling docks and narrow streets with careful ease, taking note of the lives around her without drawing attention to her own. Each day brought small victories, a warm meal, a friendly nod from a shopkeeper, a corner of the harbor where the sunlight caught the water just so. Her work at the merchant's office offered more than employment. It provided structure, a gentle anchor in the world so different from the forests and cliffs of her homeland. She recorded ledgers, copied correspondence, and observed the comings and goings of ships, not out of suspicion, but out of curiosity for this new life she was building. In the evenings, she wandered the city's quieter streets, allowing herself moments of reflection. Here, away from the dangers that had once chased her family, she could breathe, she could think, and she could begin to imagine a future shaped not by fear, but by choice. In these small, ordinary moments, Seraphina found peace, and the first fragile threads of belonging in a land that was still strange, yet full of possibility. In 1685, years into her quiet life in New York, Seraphina met Dr. Emery Graves at the merchant's office. He was a kind, sharp scholar who arrived from Europe, hunting for detailed maps and botanical references for his research. It was her meticulous work and quiet knowledge that impressed him. The first chat was short and polite, but it sparked something between them, a shared curiosity. In the months that followed, they often crossed paths, slowly building a genuine trust. They'll talk about natural philosophy, remedies, and the hidden wisdom of nature. Seraphina offered insights she learned from her family, presenting it not as magic, but as old, cherished wisdom. Graves listened, intrigued by her perspective and quick mind. He never pressed her for answers, respecting the mysteries she carried. His steady, kind presence became a lifeline, a gentle reminder that true companionship could exist even in this strange new world. As Seraphina settled further into her work, her heightened senses began to pick up dangerous patterns. In the daily logs, she noticed the same ship names popping up repeatedly, and certain crates bore grim, subtle etchings. The stark symbol of the Sanctum Guild, a familiar mark of the monster-hunting factions. These individuals moved with a calculated, chilling purpose, appearing and vanishing quietly. Her simple job, copying documents and recording cargo, gave her a hidden advantage. She knew immediately the same brutal organizations that had forced her to flee were now setting up camp in the colonies. It wasn't enough to just see the danger. It had to be understood. Every line she copied became a silent map of this mounting threat, her quiet preparation for the confrontation she knew was coming. By late 1685, Seraphina realized she couldn't wait any longer. The hunter's symbols were more frequent, and the whispers of unexplained coastal incidents were intensifying. One evening, she confided in Dr. Graves, sharing a deep unease, framing it as a danger tied to her family's history. He listened with profound calm that was his nature, recognizing the fear beneath her composure. Graves knew she needed more than a hidden place. He proposed a solution, a remote, rugged stretch of coastline in the province of Maine, unsettled and truly isolated. He quickly arranged for a discreet, privately chartered ship to take her far away. On the day of departure, Seraphina arrived at the docks with only her essentials, the Codex safe among them. It was there she was introduced to Captain Nathaniel Thorne. As fate would have it, she already knew him from brief routine exchanges at the merchant's office over years. Thorne, a man whose legitimate trading days were ending, his reputation already whispered along the eastern seaboard, met her gaze with steady, measured intensity. That brief, transactional past now faded as a far more meaningful connection began. Stepping aboard, Seraphina left the city behind, setting sail for a world of hidden coves and uncertainty, yet compelling possibility.